As most of us know, everybody is different, but what is it that forms who a person is? Nobody really knows why I am who I am, but it is a very interesting question. Throughout my life, there has been historical, social, and family influences that have certainly affected who I am. I'm quite proud of who I am, and there have been a number of things that have affected me. Historical events, such as the Boston bombings, have influenced me to become more sympathetic, while many social influences, like fashion gossip, have made me more accepting towards others. And the trait of kindness, which I know I possess, I think, has been molded by my family influences, like traditions and beliefs. Something I know has changed me is the Boston bombings, and this is certainly a major historical influence on my life. The reason this event has had a great impact on me is because I have always associated myself with and loved Boston. Also, the marathon starts in my hometown, which creates an even more personal connection. And one other thing to mention is that my dad and aunt ran this very race. Hopefully, it is obvious to see how much the race and the city means to me. And seeing such a tragic event just surprised me. Nothing so tragic has ever happened to me this close, and the bombs really made me realize that anything could happen to anybody. My life could have been ruined, and people who lived within 26 miles of me did get their lives ruined. This made me more sympathetic because the people who got injured at the marathon made me realize it could have been somebody I knew. An example of this increased sympathy was the Malaysian airplane incident. After a whole plane full of people went missing, truly was in disbelief. Trust me, while I would have reacted sadly to this event before the Boston bombings, I can honestly say I tried much harder to sympathize and pray for the families affected more than before. Now, another type of relationship that has made me who I am are social ones. There have been multiple social influences that have made me more accepting towards others. I think that most people are certainly most affected by social influences because it is truly hard to ignore what others think of you. Some social influences that have influenced me include getting bullied, new fashion trends, and gossiping about others. Getting bullied in fifth grade was certainly a social influence that made me more accepting. In fifth grade, I did not behave well and often got sent to the office. I was called stupid, and not exactly a desired friend, as others would avoid me. These years were actually some of the most important years of my life. While this does not last too long, and I'm currently a little bit more well known, I realize that this is still occurring today in school, and so I can relate to the kids who get bullied and accept who they are because I went through these experiences also. While fashion trends might sound feminine, what a person should wear is extremely important, even to us males. Sometimes I've even been a little embarrassed at what I wore to school. Some people like me have a different fashion sense, so when I see somebody else wearing something that is not seen as cool, I know that it is okay and they should wear what they want. Now I want to talk about the influence of gossip on my life. Good old gossip. I've always been against gossiping and bullying, so this social influence has definitely made me more accepting. Gossiping is similar to bullying and causes hundreds of deaths and depression. And hearing it so much and so often has made me keep reminding myself that it's simply not okay. So when I hear someone talking about the person not wearing the right stuff or saying the right things, I'm able to accept them because it could help save them or make them feel better. A trait of mine is kindness, which has been developed through my family influences. My family has played a large role in my life, and there are many influences that come from them. Family influences that have made me more kind include my parents' relationship, my family's traditions around the holidays, my family's morals and values, and my parents making me attend church. My parents are still happily married, and for some reason I know that this has helped me be kind. It is well known that kids learn from their parents and follow their examples, and my parents being able to keep their happiness and kindness toward each other rather than fighting has made me practice kindness much more. Another way my great kindness has been created through family influences is my family's traditions for special events. For holidays such as Christmas, it is always necessary to not only spend time with family, but meet new people and be happy to be around family. Being around family on the holidays has increased my happiness and made me realize their importance in my life. Being kind to others has become a tradition around the holidays, and I don't really see why we can't do it all year round. Another family influence is the values and morals of my family. I have great parents who lead by example, but are certainly different than others. My parents and family's beliefs have been passed down to me. These values include staying positive, respecting others, and always helping others. Once upon a time, I went shopping with my mom when I was about 9. As we entered the mall, there was about 50 people behind us, all storming in, and I didn't think once to hold the door. So my mom yells at me to hold the door for everybody. And this really struck me because it was kind of out of the ordinary for me. This is kind of like the first lesson for me in getting more kind. I don't know how to say it. Becoming more kind. After everyone passed, I felt good, and I knew I did a good thing. So I said I wouldn't mind doing it again. And then the same day when we were leaving, there was an elderly lady carrying her things back to her car, and she needed help because she was carrying 3 bags, 3 big bags. And so my mom yells at me once again to go help her out. And it was still a little strange, but I ran over to the woman and helped her carry her things. And after these events, I felt very happy and satisfied with myself. My family is religious and goes to church most weeks. This has made me kinder because while not everybody is religious, what we learn in church is transferable to everyday life. Messages of peace and love and caring are taught at church and transferred to everyday life. Another story wherein I saw a man pushing a really mysterious vehicle, I guess, up a road, and I guess he needed help, similar to my elderly lady mall story. He needed help, and but I asked what would Jesus do, because my family's kind of religious, and after learning about all the messages of love and peace and kindness specifically, I knew I should go help him, and I definitely made the right decision. And so this proves that church has made me kinder because I had to ask myself, what would Jesus do? Throughout my life, I know that there have been several types of influence that have changed who I am. Historical events such as these Boston bombings have influenced me to become more sympathetic, while many social influences like the gossip and telephones you see here have made me more accepting towards others. My kindness has been molded by my family influences. These traits, these historic, social, and family influences have been a part of my past and present, but I know that they change me for the future. In the future, I plan to be exhibiting these traits and hopefully pass them down. I have in my future I see college and a wife and kids, and I hope I can use these traits and develop them and pass them down.